Okay, today is November 21st, 2022, and this is a meeting of the Hanson Recreation Committee at 6 p.m. Those in attendance is Frank Malisi, Chair.
Melissa Scartesi.
Sheila Morse. Caroline Mills.
And then we got Dory, we got Roger, we got Jack, we got Jen, and we got Alice and Dylan as well from the PTO. So first order of business is the approval of the minutes from October 17th, not 2002, which it says on the minutes. It says on the agenda, but 2022. I wasn't here in 2002.
You weren't?
I was not. Well, I mean, I was born. I just wasn't here. Let's see. I just want to make sure they don't say it on there. Okay, yeah, they say it on there. Okay, cool. Okay, so do I have a motion to approve the minutes from October 17th, 2022?
Motion to approve.
Oh, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, seconded by Sheila. All those in favor? Frank's aye.
Melissa, aye.
Sheila, aye. Caroline, aye.
Awesome, great. Okay, and approve a discussion on the discount for the Polar Plunge after party at the Needles Lodge on February 5th, 2023. Allison, if you want to go ahead, I think you're here for that item, right?
Yeah, so
Awesome.
we are having the pool plunge in February. It would be really nice to have the after party here. We're doing it to raise money for the PTO, which helps with the independent school, different enrichment for the kids. So we would love to be able to do it here, and I just wanted to come and see if you guys had any questions for me to see kind of like what we're raising money for, what we would be doing. The after party that we're looking to have would just be right after the plunge. The plunge is at 10, so it usually only takes like a half hour, maybe 45 minutes. And then we would just want to come up here, do a brunch type activity with, we would definitely want to have a bartender and serve alcohol at it. So
Okay.
the plan, we have the plungers come, they can bring their family, and any of the business sponsors that help us out are also invited.
Okay. Before we just get started, just full disclosure, I know Allison. I know my wife is also part of the PTO as well. So, I mean, I don't have any financial interest in it, but.
I have a question. Who's bringing the food? Are you serving food or what?
So we would definitely serve food. We haven't hired anyone yet because depending on, like if we can't do it here, then we may do it at like a Meadowbrook type place. And so then of course they would provide the food. So we haven't hired a caterer until we figure out if we can get the space.
Yeah, and that would have to go through the Board of Health, I would assume, just to be, right?
Yeah.
They would bring food.
Yeah, there's over 75 people.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, there's a form that the Board of Health requires a caterer to fill out if it's more than 75 people. So, if you guys are expecting that. So.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, last year we were probably right on that, right about 75. It's hard to tell exactly how many people because everyone's invited, but not everyone comes.
Right. Yeah.
We would hope that would have more people come if it was here because it's so easy to just, walk up from the beach. But
And do you charge people? How are you raising money?
So you pay to participate in the plunge,
Yeah.
and then you get people to donate to the cause. So
As a sponsor?
As a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
So I guess there's actually three ways. We have business sponsors. We have the people. It's like $35 to actually plunge, but then you get your own page, and then you solicit donations from family members, friends to help raise money as well.
What rate are you looking for, Allison? Are you looking for a full discount? Are you looking for something?
Whatever you guys can do,
Okay.
How
long will the event be, or the after party at least?
Usually it's only a couple hours.
Okay, like 2 or 3 hours or something
Yeah.
like that. Okay.
What would be how much should it be charged anyway for the, it would be
I mean,
considered a fundraiser?
So it would be considered a fundraiser, but the PTO is,
Town.
it's a town entity, but it's not the school system, but it's the school system, so it's kind of like loosely correlated with the town. We have a rate that we would do. I think it's in our policy procedures. Any town department can get a free usage of
Yes.
of Kiwani, right?
Right.
Okay, and that's mostly for like if it's not like a party like that, I guess. I mean, I would think that. If you guys cover the caretaker fee that it would cost us to have a caretaker on site,
Yeah.
which is $20 an hour, I mean, I think that'd be pretty sufficient for it. I mean, it is February. We don't have any weddings that day or anything like that, so.
And of course, is it the license too, if they were gonna have a bartender? Isn't that-
Yeah, you guys plan on having a bartender?
Yeah, so
Okay.
we would definitely pay whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not, how much is the license?
$40.
It's $40, okay. Yeah, and I think the fee for the Board of Health is probably similar, right? I think it's $20 or $30, or is it more?
It's $50 if you're having it catered.
Okay.
That fee goes to the Board of Health.
Okay. I mean, I'm okay with that. If you guys just give us how many hours you wanna use it for, if it's 4 hours.
I can't envision it being any longer than 3 hours.
Okay,
Last year was pretty quick. Everyone kind of came, had a bite to eat, a few drinks, and that was it.
okay. So, so how about we just make it $100 if you guys wanna take the lodge for $100?
Okay, that would be awesome.
Okay. I mean, I think that's fair. Does anybody wanna make that motion, or anybody have any discussion further?
Is that $100 for just the caretaker's fee, or are we including the other fees in that?
No, the other fees have to be paid for by
Paid
them.
separately.
Yeah, I'm just talking about the $100 for the caretakers, just essentially the lodge rental fee would be $100. We don't do the bartender stuff. I mean, obviously Dory will help her with the bartender situation and the catering form if she needs it, but. Okay, so if there's no other discussion, I'll entertain a motion to give a discounted price for the pole plunge after party in the lodge on February 5th, 2023. And I'll just make a motion for, or entertain a motion for $100 rate for the full usage of the lodge. Melissa, you got a motion, Alan?
Oh, second.
Yeah, thank you.
Why am I the only one that seconds?
No, we need somebody to make the motion, then we need
Oh,
somebody to
sorry,
second.
I wasn't paying
Okay,
attention.
so
Second,
okay,
sorry.
so we got a second by Melissa. Okay, all those in favor, Frank's aye. Melissa,
Yeah, aye.
Sheila,
Aye.
Caroline,
Aye.
awesome. Okay, great. Yeah, so if you just want to just let us know the time slot that you want to use for it, so we can get caretaker schedule for it, so they can be here.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go back to the committee and just let them know that it was approved for a discount, and then kind of go from there.
Okay.
And I can just reach out to Dory.
Yeah,
with the details.
yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Allison. Appreciate it. You don't have to stay for the full fun.
You don't.
Definitely don't have to.
If you have questions, like, just reach out.
Sure.
I know you helped us a ton last year, so.
Awesome. Thanks, Allison. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good night.
Okay.
I love that.
Next discussion item is a discount for the Historical Commission turkey dinner on the May 4th, 2023. This is on a Thursday night. It's on a Thursday night. They just want to have their turkey dinner here. So I don't know if we should kind of keep the same policy that we just had of, $20 an hour for how long they want to use it for.
Is it a free event?
I think they're charging for it, but that's also, I don't know. That's a good question. I can talk to Kurt, the chair of the Historical Commission, to see if it is a free event. Did they say anything about selling for that? I think they probably do, but they're a 501c3 also
Yeah.
because they're a,
I think they do charge,
yeah. I don't think it's like a crazy amount, but they're also technically a town department, but not really. Like they have a commission, but it's
Yeah.
not like,
It's just like a fine line between, because we have the fundraising and then the town entities that get free. You know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
it's
a
and it's
fine-
kind of different when the town entity is doing the fundraising. So,
Yeah.
or at least like the town-ish entity is doing the fundraising, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, and we don't have any event that day, right, Dory?
Right.
Are they asking for an amount or just a discount?
A discount.
Just some
yeah.
kind?
Does anybody have any discussion on that? Anybody care about does anybody want
I don't care about it, honestly, but we just did the same, we might as well just
to? Okay,
repeat.
no, that's fine. So I'll entertain a motion to charge $20 an hour for the Historical Commission's turkey dinner on May 4th, 2023. And that's obviously dependent on how many hours they do it for. So if they do it for 5, it'll be $100.
And that doesn't include all their fees.
All their other stuff is that.
They have to
yeah,
pay them,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is just the lodge rental that they're
Yeah.
gonna be using it for. So, okay, I'll entertain that motion. Anybody want to make that motion? Second. Okay, so all those in favor, Frank's and I, Melissa,
Melissa, aye.
Sheila,
Uh,
Caroline?
Aye.
Awesome. Great. And then discussion on the public library use of lodge for in 12/15/22 from 1 to 8 p.m. to store Christmas gifts for the I think it's that Hanson Community Christmas for that.
Yes, it is.
I think we usually do this every year, right? I
Yeah.
think we just give it to them because
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
they're free, yeah.
Yep.
Is there any discussion about that? Well, okay. So I'll entertain a motion to let the Hanson Public Library use the lodge on 12/15/22 from 1 to 8 p.m. to store Christmas gifts for no charge. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, second, Melissa, and then Sheila? Aye?
Aye.
Okay, Caroline?
Aye.
Okay, and Frank's an aye also. Sorry, I shouldn't have preemptively eyed you there when you did that. Somebody's gonna look at that clip on YouTube and be like, he was coercing. Okay, so the next one is the discussion on the Rustic Bridal Show, September 17, 2023. We don't, from what I understand, we don't charge them to have that bridal show here because it was kind of they have their bridal show here, the brides get to see all the stuff that's here, like we usually get some bookings on there, but she does charge a substantial amount of money for people to be here, right, Dory?
That's correct, yes. She charges $350 per vendor to be here. So.
Attendees are free, like the free tickets. The people that come, or they don't pay.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So the vendors,
Right.
are paying her to be here. And then they get a list of the brides, the available brides. So we originally, our thinking was, well, you know what, she's coming here, we're advertising and we'll get bookings. But we also are giving up a day, so that could be a wedding, could be a $9,000 day. So in thinking that, where she's actually making money to be here, and we're not making anything, and we're paying caretakers, we're paying out. So the thought process was possibly you might want to entertain a $1,000 fee that we charge to corporate clientele. That could be something.
I think the first year we did it too, it was the first year of COVID. And
was.
so it was all outside.
That's true.
So we were like, it's outside, we don't really need to worry about it. So now that it's kind of
And it is
moving inside, part of it inside, part of it's
exactly. And there's a lot of
becoming a
requests.
little bit more.
Yeah, she needs chairs. She needs
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
that. So now you need our services.
Right,
It's
right,
fine,
right.
But
Right,
why is it free? Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a rate for $1,000 in there. Should be charging her $1,000 as a corporate. We don't do the 80-20 split anymore. And I mean, there is some brides that come in that actually use the lodge, like they rent the lodge after the fact of this party, right? So
Yeah.
I think $1,000 is pretty reasonable for, so it's just my opinion. So I don't know, do we need a vote on that? Because that's just kind of the standard rate.
True.
I mean, that's just the standard rate. I don't think we need to vote on that, right? It's just next time if she wants to book it, like we can vote on
Yeah.
having it here, but
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really vote on any other events to have here unless they're asking for a discount. So
Right.
we don't really need to vote on that. We can just say that it's the standard rate, and if she
Yeah.
wants to have it, we can have it now. Okay, so the next item is discussion on weekly rate rentals for the Bridal Cottage, Frontier Cabin, and day rates for Bridal Cottage. I don't have the price sheet in front of me, Dory.
Oh, do you want me to take that?
Yeah, you can go ahead and take that.
So the weekly rate for the bridal cottage is $200. The nightly rate is $200 a night. And the daily rate or nightly rate for the Frontier Cabin is $120. So recently we've had requests to rent the bridal for a week and to rent the Frontier for a week, and they've been asking, do we have weekly rates? And said, well, we don't, but maybe we should. So my thinking is possibly maybe you wanted to do something like, if you're going to be here for a week, the 7th day is free, something like that. Pay up front, your 6 days for 7 days. Just a thought. If you wanted to do, and you don't need to do a weekly rate, it can just be the daily rate times 7. And the other thing, I think more importantly, is a day rate for the bridal cottage, so that when a bride, if they're not camping and they're not staying over, to stay over is $200. But if they want a bridal, they want somewhere to get ready with their friends and everything. I was thinking the daily rate to rent the bridal to do that, maybe $100 to have the bridal cottage.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Didn't we do a weekly rate for the camping, right?
did.
Is that
We
what,
did,
I
we
remember
did.
talking about something. Okay.
Yeah, we did. We just didn't set it for the Bridal Cottage or
Okay.
for the Frontier Cottage.
Right, exactly.
What's a weekly rate for a regular cottage? Just out of curiosity.
The regular cottages are $60 a night. Oh, so what you did was I believe you discounted $20 for a weekly rate. I think that's what it
And in
was.
the other cabins, I haven't done anything, just furnished. Isn't that what the difference is?
The bridal?
Yeah.
Yeah, the bridal cottage is furnished. It has a bathroom with a shower, a cooktop. It's got sleeping in the back porch, a bedroom. So it's, much more than the other cabins are just a wooden box with
Yeah.
no electricity or anything.
And what is the Frontier?
Frontier is also, it doesn't have a refrigerator. I mean, it has a refrigerator. It doesn't have a bathroom or a kitchen, but it has a refrigerator and has sleeping. And it's got a front porch and a side porch.
I think the day rate, that would be huge for a bride. They're
Yeah.
not staying here to have someone ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we thinking, what are we thinking, $100 day rate for the bridal cottage? And then what about for the weekly rental for the bridal cottage? If it's $200 a night,
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna do so
that's
times five.
1,400.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
week
times
7.
7, I guess.
Yeah, so
I
200.
like the last day free idea, but then if you run into like, oh, we had to leave early and can we get a discount back on the other days, and it just turned into like a headache. I think it should be cut and dry, like X amount of dollars times X amount of days.
Yeah,
That's it.
I mean, what would that'd be like, what would a 10% discount be on that? That'd be trying to think, $12.60 for a week. $12.60 to rent for a week. If we do $20 a day, $20 a night discount on the bridal cottage if they rent it for a week, that'd be I think $12.60 for a week. Did I do my math right? I think I did. Does anybody not like the 10% idea of just doing 10% off? I mean, that it will come out to $12.60 a week if they rent the bridal cottage for a
Do you
week.
get that question a lot, Dory?
This summer was the first time we did. We probably had three different occasions about a weekly rate for the Frontier and the bridal.
I mean, it'd be kind of hard to do it in the bridal too, because we have weddings every week.
Yeah,
So I mean, I don't know how often we'd actually be able to utilize a weekly rate for the bridal.
yeah, it would have to be like early spring.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think we should just leave it $200 a night and then add the day rate for the bridal.
Okay.
That's what, I
That's
mean,
fine.
that's my opinion, but
I mean, it'd be very rare if we did that. Oh,
like $150 for the day? Or $100 for the day?
make whatever motion you want. 100 or 150 is fine. That's completely fine. I like money just as much as the next person, so.
The caretakers do the cleaning like of the cottages after, so it's not like you're hiring out a company
Right.
afterwards for time.
So, do you want to make that motion for $150?
Yeah, motion for, just to add a day rate for the bridal cottage of $150.
Okay, motion made by Melissa. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Sheila. Okay, all those in favor? Frank's and I. Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Bye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Awesome. So $150.
And then we'll just, Dory, we'll leave the Frontier cabin at the 120 too.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so 150 for the bridal cottage for day use. And then we didn't want to do a weekly rate for the Frontier cabin? No? Okay. That's fine.
You know what? It took us long enough to figure out that. Started going backwards.
That's okay. That's not even the most interesting topic we have today. We're gonna keep going. Okay, so we're good with that. Dory, do you need anything else on that, or are you good?
No, that's great, thank you.
Awesome. So discussion on hiring the beach director, lifeguards, gatekeeper for Cranberry Cove. So I'm actually gonna let you guys take this away since you guys are working with Margaret. Okay.
So I can't get online, so unfortunately I can't have access to notes, but we did meet and came up with a list of how many people we would have to hire, in which positions, what the cost would be, and I think we could probably present it better next month if we put it like in a spreadsheet or something. But the overall topic is that we just need to advertise the earlier the better. We're thinking college kids are home in January, like end of January for, I think they have like a break before they go back. I think May is just too late. I think as soon as we can get it out there, what we need, we're gonna get. We talked a little bit about the swimming lessons from, this is all new to me, so I didn't even know the history. But I think she said the swimming lessons would be like from 7 to 11 or 7 to 12, I forgot what it was. And then lifeguards from 12 to 6.
Yeah. Well, my apologies. I totally left my notebook at home again. I'm like, I don't even have any
okay.
of that. I should have been more prepared, but.
Yeah, we could talk about
this is
next month.
vacation. What our main goal was, like Caroline had just said, we were just looking to, we have to get the advertisement out there for these positions really,
Okay.
Real fast, sooner than later, or it's gonna go nowhere quick.
Okay. Do you guys have a roundabout number of how many positions you need for lifeguards and such? Like, what positions are you advertising for?
So there was one beach instructor.
Okay.
And then the lifeguards, it was the difference between the swim instructors versus the lifeguards. I think it was like 4 lifeguards, because they would be younger, they don't need the swim instructor certification.
Yeah.
Where the swim instructors would need the certification, so they might be a little older. And I believe we were thinking the lifeguards at like minimum wage, and there would be 3 or 4 of them to cover the 12 to 6.
Okay. So 1 beach instructor, 4 lifeguards.
But we definitely have a better note.
Okay. Okay. So I don't.
We're hoping like gatekeepers, the same thing, like the teenage, minimum wage for the gatekeepers, and then hopefully we would get some of those swim instructors or whatever, interest in possibly caretakers.
Okay. Okay. So 1 gatekeeper or 2 gatekeepers?
I don't want to give you a number. Can I
Yeah.
send numbers?
Yeah, that's fine.
They have a much more accurate.
Yeah, that's fine. I just don't know. So like, if we meet next month and approve approve these getting listed and posted out there, is that enough? Is that too late for you guys, or do you want
Are
it
we
to be?
meeting in December? Or
I think that was gonna be one of the topics in the next meeting, to see if we wanted to meet. I know everybody's slammed in December, so I mean, I don't know if that's something that.
I'm gonna set up my phone as a hotspot, and I'll just get on.
So okay, so in the meantime, what we'll do is we'll table this until you guys can maybe get that. We have Wi-Fi here as well.
Yeah.
We do.
So we have.
Wi-Fi password?
no, Victoria got me on before, but now it's not.
It's a new one.
Let's see. Okay, so we'll come back to the discussion of the hiring beach director, lifeguard, and gatekeeper for the cove. Okay. So the next discussion is around fees for Cranberry Cove this year and charging for beach access and usage. We need to start charging people to use Cranberry Cove to pay for these positions.
So we talked about that as well, going back to the 2019 fees, which was
Password, please.
resident $40 single person, non-resident $55.
This is the season pass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Family season resident $90 and non-resident $165.
Ooh, non-residents have to pay a lot of money for that, huh? 165.
It was honestly, all the homework really was done by Nikki, and she compared it right, you know what I mean, right out to all the existing areas, and it was right exactly what everywhere else is paying.
Okay.
It was not a bizarre amount, it really wasn't.
Okay.
It was actually a little bit lower than some of like the Ys and things like that, so.
Okay.
My only thought is like if they can't use it till noon because of the swim lessons, right? Like would, I mean, not to change the price at all, what I think, but I just feel like I would be like, oh, I shouldn't be paying as much because I can't be there till noon.
Well, can they not use it till noon? I thought it was just free swim at noon. Like until noon, it
I
was like
got
free
the
swim.
feeling that it was not open to the public during swim lessons.
I think it.
Well, I think before, yeah, it used to be, swimming lessons were just off onto a certain side where the docks were and stuff, and opens in the river, you could utilize that area. And that was kind of almost like what I had brought up, like, I don't know who's out swimming at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's freezing. I don't think you're gonna have people beating down the gate, to dip their toes in at 7 AM. I could be wrong, that's what we admitted.
But we also talked like about that she had mentioned swim team, and I personally, I feel like that's almost going too far too quick.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like bring back, this much swim lessons and then open up and charge for season pass. Get it going slowly but surely, and then hoping that the next summer the code is awesome and people really want
Yeah, no, I mean, I
Press
think,
into that, yeah. We
yeah,
weren't
that's
ready
what
to
I-
jump right into that, that was way too much.
that's what I said last meeting that we had with
Yeah.
her too. I'm like, listen, I was like, swim team sounds great. So does like renting out kayaks and stuff like that.
Right.
But like just need to focus on doing the basics and then kind of, because we're starting over from scratch essentially, right? So,
I mean, sure, we all love to get there, but. you
yeah,
know,
yeah, we'll get there.
slow
We'll get there in
and sure,
time.
you know?
Yeah.
Right.
We'll get there in time. I mean, I had an idea of the fees and doing like, like dump stickers for it, right? So like they have the dump stickers and just have people charge, we charge $100 for a car. As many people as you can fit in the car, we don't really care, right? Like, I mean, a carload is, $100 for the season pass for residents and, something else. The one thing that I don't really know about is how we're going to manage the individuals coming up and like, is it going to be wristbands? Do we give wristbands to people and then have somebody check the beach for people without wristbands? Like, I don't know how that would really work.
I got the feeling that's what the gatekeeper was, that you pay, you charge, and then you get on for the day.
Yeah.
Like,
So for the day passes, and this is from memory, so we just charged those people that just walked up, we just charged them. They had to show a license to prove residency or whatever. And then the family passes, like the season passes, we would make a copy of the person's license and then laminate it a different color. So you would have your license that would indicate that you had a season pass.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
No, sorry, it wasn't your
You know what,
license.
I
It wasn't your
remember-
license. It was just a pass. We had a season pass that was laminated. And it was just
And
Cranberry Cove season
Right,
pass.
and during the registration, anyone listed in your household, what names were listed on there, it had to
Right.
be verified for that.
Right.
So someone ran, like I couldn't use your pass.
Right.
Just walking in on it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that seems like a lot of not only work for the caretaker, right, or the gatekeeper that's going to be there, but a lot of work on the back end, like the office, right, to like get the pass, laminate the pass, verify the pass, and then go through and check that. What if that kid's 15 years old, right, and he has the pass, and his parents bought the pass, but he has no ID, right? So how are we going to I don't know. Maybe
That's how it was always
She
done.
talked about some, maybe possibly putting an online system that you could, or something to just scan. It would go.
Well, that's kind of why I was thinking about the transfer station system, right? I mean, it's simple. They have a sticker. If they don't have a sticker, then they can't get in, or they have to pay the fee for the day for getting in. I mean,
So like one for your car?
yeah, like one for your car. Like you have it on your car, we can even do something like, first car is $100, second car is $50 or something like that for the year. And then you can have both those stickers, the gatekeeper just see the stickers on there and say, okay, go ahead. And then anybody who doesn't have a sticker, they'll have to pay a day pass for, I guess. Users can just pay a day pass. I guess you don't really need to have a wristband as long as the gatekeeper's there and kind of intently watching who's coming in and out, or who's coming in rather than out. But
And maybe change the location of the gatekeeper and move them
Yeah,
to the
you'd
entrance
have
of the
to.
parking lot.
You definitely would have
If
to.
you would have to do a car pass, you'd have to do that.
Right, because they used to just sit right
Right.
inside the fence. If it's gonna be done per vehicle, you know, to.
I mean, like I said, that might not be the best way of doing it. It's just kind of an idea that I had. So, if the system in the past worked the same way too, I guess I just don't know. I can't visually picture how that would be easy to do, I guess.
Well, I mean, a lot of times, the other thing too is we advertised for season passes well in advance of when we opened. So a lot of the people that had the season passes registered way beforehand.
Yeah.
And I think Emma would do the passes, the laminated passes right at the beach, I thought. I don't know. Jen, do you remember? Do you guys remember?
What's that?
The laminated, when we laminated the season passes?
No,
Do you remember that? No?
no, Emma was really in charge of all that.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
yeah, we can think of, see what other.
I want to I want to start doing it early. Like I want to start like January. We could start advertising and we can have like a page set up on the Hanson, town website for like Unipay and have, Cranberry Cove season passes and start getting it early. And we can ship it out. We just kind of need to figure out a method of how we're going to do that. And then we need to figure out the rates also for it. So
I feel like family pass, season pass should be $100 and non-resident should be $150. That's just my feeling.
okay. Does anybody disagree with those numbers? I mean,
Sounds better to me.
no, it does sound better. I mean, 100.
165.
Yeah, it's just kind of confusing at 90. It's like $100 for a season pass, and like maybe we can sell. if you already have a season pass, we can sell you a second pass for a second car for, $50 or something like that. Or
Like $100 for me is just like, that's awesome, you get it.
okay. Yep. Go ahead, Dory.
Just to give you a comparable, for instance, Abington does $100 for a season pass for like a family of 5, and out of town is $165.
Okay.
And just so you know what they do, and then they use wristbands, and they go through wristbands.com, and they do colored wristbands to indicate the season pass or the daily pass.
Yeah.
So they give you a wristband every time you go?
Yeah,
So they look you up on a list and say, you're a season pass, you get this wristband, is that how it?
yeah, like a purple one, you've got the season
Okay.
pass.
It's like how they do it at like the Marshfield Fair, where like Monday's a purple one, Tuesday's a green
Oh,
one. Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
they
yeah.
have like 12 different colors, so you don't like come back the
Yeah.
next day.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so $100 season pass for residents. That sounds good, and the wristbands sound good too. I mean, we can just track it like that, and just, you know. And then how much for non-residents? You said 165 is the going rate for it.
For Abington it is, yeah.
Okay, does anybody want something different than 165? I mean, I'll make the motion at the end of this for everything. I just want kind of consensus. Okay.
What were we at now? What was the last rate you had?
90 and 165.
I think 165,
Okay.
since that's what it was.
Okay, what about a family day pass?
So that was the family with a single person was resident 40, non-resident 55.
A family for just one person was $40? Like just
No,
one person?
a single person pass was 40, but the family was 100.
Oh, no, I'm talking
No.
about like this.
Like-
Okay, so you're talking about a single person pass for the whole season is
Yeah.
$40.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Non-resident 50.
Okay, and 55 for non-resident,
Single, non-resident.
single. Okay, and how much was the daily pass for a person?
I think it was $5.
$5, okay. It's $5. I mean, I think $5 is pretty standard across all the, I mean, that's more than.
Yeah.
That's Abington 5 and 8 for non-resident.
And then it said senior citizens got a 10% discount, military got a 10%. And then
So we give them back $4.50, where they charge them $4.50.
Change.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, we can have a change belt, you have some nickels and dimes in there, it's like we're in an arcade.
And then you list up to 8 people for a family.
Yeah, that is.
8 people?
It's 6 kids.
Either that or 2 husbands.
Oh, it's 6 kids.
That's not very nice. Okay, so I have, okay, so let's agree on the prices first, then we'll figure out the delivery, right? Okay. So, okay, so I'll entertain a motion to, okay, I'll entertain a motion to set the rates for Cranberry Cove for the 2023 season at $100 for a resident season pass, $165 for non-resident season pass, $40 for a single person season pass, $55 for a non-resident single person season pass, $5 for a resident pass for a day, and then $8 for a non-resident pass for a day. That sound good?
Sorry, did you say 150 or 165?
165 for the
Non-resident
non-resident.
season?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Anybody want to make that motion?
What was the last one?
$8 for a non-resident day pass.
All right.
Okay, anybody want to make that motion?
Second.
Okay, all those in favor, Frank's and I.
Melissa, aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Okay, awesome, okay. So, okay, so now goes to the delivery of actually providing these passes to people who buy them. So, I mean, I think the wristband idea is a good idea anyway, regardless of what we do. So regardless of how the actual pass comes delivered, it's just so much easier having a wristband on people and saying that they paid. So I think we should do the wristband anyway. And, you know, have different color wristbands for different days. But how are we gonna actually do the family passes and present those, I guess, without making it like a pain to the gatekeeper?
Do we have, you said like, how you go on and get tickets, can you do that for something like this?
What, Eventbrite?
Yeah,
You could.
Might get dicey with the town, I don't know. Because it's not technically an event, it's we've always done it through the, what's that called? The town payment system.
Unipay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it charges you $7 for a debit card fee or a credit card fee.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's like $5, something like that. I tried paying my water bill with my credit card one time. It just was like $5 extra, so it's like, oh, pay with my debit card.
They need it more.
I mean, I always try to like, you know, I was always brought up, can we use Square or something like that?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we just have to. We would just have to get an account, like a Cranberry Cove account, like with the town. And I don't know how.
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can do. Yeah, I don't know.
How was it done before?
You just.
Unipay.
You would.
Oh,
Or cash,
Yeah.
cash or check.
And then there was just a checklist of people, per cast, family, names, boom, that's
Mhm.
you, okay, off you go.
Yeah, I mean, it worked.
It was pretty easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't as hard as that.
No.
I did it one day and I got through it without having a clue what they were doing. I was like, all right. And it was pretty simple.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a spreadsheet of names.
Yeah,
family
they just had a book, just a
Binder.
binder, and just, you know, check it out.
I mean that's fine. We can do that. I mean, the rates are already approved. I mean, you guys, you and Caroline have kind of been handling the Cranberry Cove, you know, beach stuff. So if you guys want to figure out a good method for doing it, how you used to do it, I wasn't here when they did that method, so I have no kind of example of it. But
I mean, that's all I've ever seen, that's all I've ever known.
And hopefully when we hire a beach director.
I think the
that-
wristbands, well, they're a great idea, but every single day, we're gonna keep switching colors and keep track of that, and then I'm pretty sure if you start cleaning every day, you'll catch on. Every Tuesday is red, you know, so.
that's why you have 8 colors. So every Tuesday's not red; it's every Wednesday.
Yeah.
I don't.
Keep track of that.
I mean,
What color are we
listen,
today?
the carnival folk do it, and they're not the smartest ones in the world
That's
either.
true,
So I
that's
mean, they figured out a way to get it done.
We'll ask the Carnies.
Yeah, we'll go ask the carnies next time you're in town. I mean, so if you guys want to figure out a method to ticket people and then we can have that presented at the next meeting, that'd be completely fine. I mean, we already have the rate set, so we are going to charge for Cranberry Cove next year. The method of how we're going to sell the passes can be, and we can start selling in January or something like that, or you know, early February.
I think we should do that at the next meeting, and then I think we should go through like the specific amount of staff that we need at the next.
Okay.
And then I can mathematically figure out how much we would make, like how many would we have to sell in order to make enough to pay this much staff.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather have it just like set up.
That's perfect. So now the good thing is now you have the rates for it. So like those are the rates. So now you can go through. So what I'll do is I'll table that discussion with the beach director and lifeguards. Or do you want to go back to that and say this how many people like?
No, I think we need to table
Okay,
it
we'll
until,
table
and then we can look at it more.
The other thing too, I just wonder, so we have a job description for the beach director. Do
Yes.
we have it for lifeguards, I believe, and we just need to get all the job descriptions, so then we can just post them all at once. And the swim instructors, do we have
I
a
think
job?
they're
Okay.
already there.
Okay. And then I think too, we need to maybe think about posting on like Indeed,
Mm-hmm.
pay a fee, like we have to pay, but I think it's worth it. And then,
Everywhere.
like the high school,
Yeah,
You know,
like
guidance counselors.
Bridgewater State. I think
Yeah.
it should go everywhere. Yeah,
like, yeah, we really need to like push
not
it
just the Whitman Hanson Express. It needs to
Right,
kinda go
right.
across everywhere.
Yeah.
And I know Margaret knows a lot of lifeguards and
Yeah.
stuff like that as well. And a couple people have approached me and said, I have lifeguards that'll work for a cheap rate just because it's Camp Kawani, so I'm going to actually go back to them and hold them to that and ask them for it. Because
Yeah.
they said they knew people who, or they like my son will do it.
Mhm.
Okay, well, your son's
your
being
money where your
requested to do it now
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
$7.50 an hour. Okay, so we'll table that until the next time, till the next meeting. Playground equipment for Cranberry Cove. Dory, can you take this one? for
Yeah,
me?
sure.
Thank you.
We actually had, actually, I had, you met with him, I believe, or, I wasn't there, but somebody met with,
Jen.
oh, exactly.
Jen Melvin.
Yeah, Childscapes, his name is Tim Pesco, so he came out and he gave us an estimate that I put it in your packet, Then we were supposed to meet this morning at 9 o'clock with another gentleman to compare, and he couldn't make it. So I haven't heard of a rescheduled date yet. So I think we were just, looking to see what type of equipment we wanted. We have the book from Childscapes that you can kind of pick through. This is what he felt would take care of our needs, and this is the cost that he thought. I was hoping after the meeting this morning we'd have more information, but that meeting didn't take place.
And so just a little bit of background, like we're looking for CPC to pay for this playground.
Yep.
In order for CPC to actually approve an application, we need to put out an RFP for things that are quoted over RFP. So we're just gathering estimates right now to put the last part of the CPC document in there. It's a Form B, I think it's called, or something like that. So we're just looking for kind of quotes to do that. But I guess we've taken a vote on it before, but I just want to make sure, does everybody agree with the idea of putting a playground kind of in the back of that place over there? Is there any reservation about that? We did. I just want to make sure that everybody's still on the same page, because I know that Margaret was saying there was a volleyball court over there before. I just didn't know if people had an idea of what else they would want to do there. But we're kind of moving through the process of getting that CPC money good and done for the May town meeting, so we can start actually doing stuff to the Cove in September, and then hopefully 2024 spring put the playground in before that we open up.
Yeah.
Kind of go there.
I think a playground is awesome.
Yeah,
I think you need
that's
to
a
really
great
decide some things, like, is it gonna be a playground? So there's a dramatic difference of a playground for a child that's 5 and under than between 5 and 12, or 6 to 12, or whatever. So I think we need to decide what kind of playground are we thinking, because there really is such a dramatic difference. Like the little under 5, it really isn't anything for an older child that just gonna like sit on top or whatever. And not to say I'm going one way or the other, but then you're looking at a pretty big size difference for 6 to 12. But if parents are there, they can help the little ones on. But I think you need to decide before you jump into like, what am I looking for?
Yeah, so that's a good point. And actually, that's one of the points that when I talked to the guy on the phone, when he was here with Jen, he told me specifically, he's like, I would recommend that everybody gets a 5 to 12 play set, because he's like, what happens is the 5 to 12 will stop playing on the under 6 play set, but the under 6 will absolutely play on the 5 to 12. So he quoted us a 5 to 12 play set on here just as a general baseline. So I mean, all the other stuff that's included, so this quote right here is for $53,000. I'm going to CPC looking for $75,000 for a playground, so we have a little bit of room there to kind of go up. This is just kind of an initial. This is kind of what we want, and then all the colors and stuff we can kind of figure it out at a later time. We just kind of need to get the play, because we don't need to go to CPC and say this is the exact quote that we're using. We just have to go to them and say these are 3 quotes that we got in for the general project that we want to do, and then from there we can go in and kind of select the playground that we want. So I just kind of had to give us a basic 5 to 12 playground that fits that area back there that will look nice. And
That's what I was looking at on my phone, but does it give size in the quote? Should probably not.
this one is
Not
no,
the
but
size of what they're like the size we're working with, basically.
no, he measured it. It doesn't say on here what it was.
Looks like there's like a SKU
Yeah,
number.
there's a SKU number over there. So I have to go. I think we could probably give him a call to see if he can give us the number of what it was, but I think it's like a 25 by 40 or something like that, 25 by 35. It's a pretty sizable area for a playground.
And then, like, what does everybody envision? Sorry, I'm just gonna be a pain. Like, is it gonna be like nature playground? Like, not that it would, like, but there's nature in looking to fit in with the camp? Is it gonna be like a school-looking metal playground? Is it? There are definitely like different types. Does it matter at this point?
It doesn't really matter. I don't think it really matters. Like, honestly, if somebody gave me the option for a wooden playground, I'd slap that thing over there and I'd pay for it myself, because I think a wooden playground there would be sweet. But unfortunately, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think wooden one is.
yeah. But no, I don't really think the exact aesthetics of it matter right now, because we're going to get to because anything so let's say this was the perfect playground for us, right? In 2 years, when we're actually going to buy this playground in the spring of 2024, a year and a half, it might just be gone. They might not even have it anymore. So, 6 months prior to us wanting to install the playground, we'll go through the book and we'll say, this is exactly what we want to fit in the budget. And then we'll say, okay, this is what we want. And then I'll see, we'll we'll kind of go from there.
So if we vote on a quote, let's say we vote on a quote to present a CPC, we're not stuck with the exact structure
No.
that we're recommending.
No. We don't even have to. We don't even have to vote on this quote because we're not doing anything with it. It's simply just a quote for the playground, and I just wanted to get, we don't need to vote on the quote, right? We'll vote on the CPC when the CPC's there,
Exactly.
but we don't need to vote on this. This is just more for everybody's kind of general knowledge about what a playground may or may not cost. So. Yeah, no, I'm all game for once this whole CPC thing's in the books and we actually have the money for us that's there, then we'll go through the whole pamphlet. It's a huge book like this big of all just playground stuff. So we'll kind of go through and make that decision. And there can even be a playground subcommittee if anybody wants to be a part of the playground subcommittee. So you guys can figure out what kind of playground you want to get. So, but is there any questions about the playground quote? I'm not missing anything, right, Dory?
No, not at all.
Okay, cool.
So we're just gonna wait for that second person to provide a quote? We have to get 3 or do we can we get 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have to put out? Do we have to put on? I know I asked you this the other day when I was here, but do we have to put out an official state RFP for this?
It depends on the price. If it's 50,000 or under, we don't. It's simply request for quotes. If it's over 50, like this one is just barely over 50, which brings us into a whole other category of central register and advertising on the website. So it's a little bit more complicated once your threshold is over 50,000. But it's very simple if it's 50,000 or under.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be 50,000 or under. I think it's going to be more than 50,000 because there's going to be stuff in here that we might want to add or might want to take off or.
Right. It's a good ballpark.
Yeah, it's a good ballpark, but I think we might have to actually put out a legit RFP for it though. And we might have to put out like a state RFP for it just to get 3 vendors coming in here and saying, 25 by 35 playground structure built. Because the problem is say we call 3 different playground companies and on the CPC form it's very specific. It says RFP must be submitted for anything that meets the state Mass General Law of purchasing or procurement. So I think if I go to them with 3 quotes that are over $50,000, but it wasn't done in an RFP like that, they'd probably just be like, we can't use
If
this.
it's 50,000 and over, right, you have to.
Yeah. So can we start to do that? Can we? Is it? How do we do that so it's not too early? I guess is what I'm asking.
Okay, my thought was we get the second gentleman in and get his ballpark and get a 3rd quote, and then that was my thinking, and see what all 3 say, and then if they're all 3 over 50, then might as well just go out and do a formal.
So we can put on the agenda for next month then to do the RFP if we need to. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Any more discussion on the playground equipment at Cranberry Cove? No. Okay. Okay. Discussion on hiring caretakers for next season. You go ahead, Dory. Take this one away.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we are, before we get into the busy season, very before we start now, we'd like to think about bringing on event caretakers. And we're thinking we need 4 caretakers, preferably over 18, that can handle alcohol and they don't have restricted hours. So we'd be looking to advertise for taking on 4 event caretakers for next season, I think is what we need.
Okay. I mean, we kind of know that we need event caretakers. So, is there any discussion about that?
Is 4 enough?
I think so. I mean, if we got more, if we had 6 excellent ones, maybe we'd go with 6.
Okay.
We
we won't put out the amount. We'll just put it out, see how many applications
Yeah,
we get.
exactly.
And then,
I think we need 4 to get us by, but I think you don't think you can have too many. Like, get 6 people, you just, it's not as much of a strain on one person.
am I okay with putting 18 years older in the posting? Or does that have to get a?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I mean, you have to be 18 to run a lot of jobs. Kind of.
I just didn't know if it was like age discriminatory or that.
Part of the job is cleaning up.
Right.
You could just say that's part of the job description.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, you could say, has to handle alcohol, must be over 18 or something like that.
Okay.
It just has to be a reason for it. We just can't
Okay.
say you have to be 18, I guess, if you don't have, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. I mean, it's 15-year-old.
Okay.
Okay. Is there any more discussion on that?
So am I good to post? Can I post on the Facebook page? Can I?
Oh, we need to
Wanna
make,
show
we
it?
need to make the, yeah.
To me first?
Hmm?
Want to show it to me first?
Yep. Whatever, yeah, the latest one I have.
Okay.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to advertise for caretakers for next season. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Sheila. It's fast there. Okay, Frank's aye.
Melissa, aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and advertise for caretakers. Okay, Winter Wonderland, December 18th, 2022. I'll let you guys take it away. Who's doing it? Which one?
Honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm strapped. I can't take it on. I can try and help, but I can't be a lead on it. I'm just so strapped for December between work and other stuff.
Okay. I mean, are we doing it? I guess is the first question. Are we going to do it or are we not going to do it? Thank God we're not on video.
Hold on, let me read that.
Yeah.
Is this-
I wasn't sure if those were the plans or no.
So do you guys have plans?
I guess. Gotcha.
Okay, so are we,
So, well, no one, I think we scheduled this date, correct? The December 18th was
Yep.
the one we had talked about, but that was about as far as we got. What, so there are no plans for anything, correct? If I remember right?
no,
We don't even know what's gonna happen. Literally, we have a date.
yeah, I mean, last
like
meeting,
Maybe some leftover hot chocolate.
yeah, well, last meeting we established a date. We established, I forget who the two people were, but it definitely wasn't me, to go through and start planning it. I don't know if you guys got a chance to do that or not, but,
No, I don't recall that at all.
okay. Maybe I made that up, I'm not sure.
I think, like you said, December is so packed.
December's
To
great.
take time off to just kind of do something like leisurely fun, I think people are like, we just had it in December, in all honesty. Like I was gonna say, I'd help you with it if you want help, but I don't want to push you. But I
Well,
think maybe
to be honest, I don't even really know what to do with it. Last year, I think the story walk was huge. We had a lot of help from, previous member that did a lot of that,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know where to start with all that, or even if we're going to put out that much money to do it. I mean, it was all donated, and it was all free, I'm not sure it'd be pretty costly to just do the book itself.
Well, the other thing too is we don't have a lot of volunteers and we're
Right.
down a member, we're down caretakers. It's just a lot for 1, 2, 3 people to take on, I feel like.
Yeah.
Until we get more help and more people that want to help.
Why don't we just wait until like the end of winter and try to put the thought, maybe at that point we'll be in a better place.
Yeah.
To put something on.
I am gonna do, I do have a paint night scheduled for January and I want to do another STEM workshop too. So that was just some add-ons as well.
Okay. Is there any more discussion about the Winter Wonderland for December 18th? Because if we're not going to use that date, then we can just scratch that date off, right?
I think we can figure something out, but maybe not that it's not in December. I just feel like it's too.
Yeah,
Wait,
it's what,
it's gonna be like December.
I'm really thinking it's already Thanksgiving and it's like. 3
Yeah,
weekends.
you'd be in a very
Yeah.
serious time crunch in order to
Yeah.
figure something out in the next 2 weeks for that. So,
Yeah,
okay, I mean that's fine.
I
It's
think maybe we push out, I mean, we got plenty, it doesn't have to be done in December, I think we push it out a little.
it's specified Winter Wonderland, not a Christmas
I think we
Wonderland.
actually did January, February 1 year.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
There was one.
Yeah,
I just can't take it on.
Doing stuff, maybe we'll get more people in, do, break it up in the middle of boring January,
We got a lot. Well, that gets to our next topic of discussion. We actually have potentially something in January, and I'll let Dory take it away on this one. Go ahead, Dory.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, yeah, very exciting. American Movie Classics is doing a show, and it's called Invitation to a Bonfire, and it's currently booked. And they came here to see and Roger and I took them around, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it, particularly the Frontier Cabin. And in the show, the cabin actually burns down, but they're not going to.
We just built one.
It's gonna burn down.
But they have a set somewhere. They burn it in Brockton, actually. They have this big, like,
Set.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Yes, big set. They burn everything right there. So they're really very interested. The director is going to come out. She's seen it with pictures, but she wants to come out next week sometime. And once she comes out and looks at it and gives it the final approval, they want to move forward. And it's January, which is perfect for us. And they're talking of paying. You know, they're talking about using the lodge. We don't know how many hours yet. He doesn't have a lot of details yet. We don't have anything going on in January anyway. And but they're talking like $2,500 a day just to be on the premises at the lodge, and that's not counting people being here, paying caretakers, and then filming days.
Tell this is the exciting part. Tell
The
them.
exciting days, filming days, and it looks like they might do two.
Yeah.
And that was what was that,
$6,000 a day.
Yeah.
6,000, yeah.
Yeah.
So so I mean, that's fantastic, and there's very little work on our part. They come in though, but they take over. You know, they come in with trailers and bathrooms, and they have a detail and everything. They just completely take over, so they have the whole camp, which is fine with us. And so we can make some good money on that.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
Yeah.
Do we get to be in it? Like,
Well, that's what I'm thinking we should be. I should write it on the phone.
I was gonna meet the director at the gate over there. Like, oh, come on in, miss. Come on in. I'm gonna show you around. But
So the next step on that is to meet with the director next week.
Well, I know the last time they filmed here for that movie, that other movie.
Yeah, that's-
So they don't have to do anything to the building, because I know that they had to do some stuff to.
They do want the lodge.
Well, remember they they had to like do didn't they have to do stuff to the Frontier or something?
They did a little alteration up there.
Yeah.
In that movie, they replaced the windows.
Yeah,
So
right.
the windows.
Right.
We'll write it down.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So they don't have to do any of that for this one?
The only thing they want to do is move, like Roger said, the cabinets, or because this is back in the 1930s, I think.
Oh,
So
okay.
the cabinets are, not.
Refrigerator's gonna come out, but they're gonna do all
They're
that.
gonna do all that.
Take it out, put it back
Put it
in.
back the
Oh,
way it
cool.
was.
yeah, it's in the contract that if they alter anything, they have to put it exactly back.
Right.
And I sent the contract up to the town administrator, sent it to town council, so
Cool.
get ahead of it.
They will hire police details and fire details as needed.
Right.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, they said Tom Cruise is starring in it. It's weird.
Police.
Gerard Butler, I think, was in there too.
Oh, really?
The guy from Gladiator, Russell Crowe.
Yeah, right. I hope it's better than the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on.
We're on the
Okay. Okay. So we don't need to vote on that yet, right? Because it's just
Right.
it's just kind of a
Still preliminary.
preliminary. So when that comes, hopefully in the December meeting, we can come back and vote on it and approve it. To be $25,000 in a random January for them to come use it. Plus, it'd be cool to see the camp on a show. So okay. And then discussion on the stormwater management study from Chesia Consulting. So I can do a little background on this, unless you want to, Dory.
No, I think we're ready, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so we got the Chesia Consulting study quote back in March. This is the stormwater management study. So at the town meeting, the town approved Camp Kawani to get $50,000 for stormwater management using ARPA funds. So the first step of that is to get this study done to know exactly what kind of stormwater management we actually need to do at the camp. So this is just the cove, if I'm not mistaken. It's not the whole camp. See.
I think it was just the code.
Yeah, I'm almost positive it's just the cove. Yeah.
So the one that was approved in town meeting is the whole camp?
So no,
Or
they approved funds to be used for stormwater management. It was just earmarked for stormwater management in Camp Kawani.
okay.
It wasn't specific to this study. It was just marked for stormwater management. This study is 18. I think it's a little under $18,000. $17,000 is what I see for them to come out and do a comprehensive stormwater management study on the cove and the area surrounding the cove. the parking lot and things like that. So, I mean, I'm looking for approval just to start this process because this quote ends at the end of the year. And if we're gonna get a stormwater management study back, we should have it to conservation, before the May town meeting if we're gonna do stuff to the cove down there, because they won't approve, anything done to the cove without stormwater management being looked at. So, anybody have any questions, discussions about that? No? And then after this, we should have, $33,000 left for stormwater management remediation, so it'll be a pretty good, chunk of change. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the Chesia Consulting stormwater management proposal.
Is that price still valid?
This price is valid until the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so they price it so, and whereas it says fees are valid through 2022.
Okay.
So
Second.
okay. All those in favor, Franks and I. Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Awesome, great. Okay, old business. The town meeting went well. We changed our name to the Camp Quaney Commission.
I was gonna mention that.
Yeah, so we have to figure out when it actually goes into effect, though. I think.
Oh, okay.
Right? Yeah, I
Needs to
think.
be ratified.
Yeah, it needs to be ratified. Yeah, Camp Quaney Commission. It's the triple C, if you want to call it like
I
that.
gotta
I guess.
change my business cards.
Yeah, you and me both. I gotta change my LinkedIn profile now. So you got that. Also, on the floor, I amended the retained earnings to be 90,000 instead of 80,000 because we got an extra bill for insurance, a $5,000 bill for insurance. So there was that, and I did that as a citizen, so I didn't get in trouble. Didn't have a committee vote on that one, so. And then that's pretty much it. I don't think there was anything else, was there, for the town meeting?
No.
Yeah, I think that was it. Oh, and all the rates got approved for the hires.
Oh, okay.
So that was the other big thing too, like all of our stuff is now 15 to 25 across the board, so, yeah. Is there any correspondence? Did we get any letters?
No.
No, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Team reports, does anybody have anything to report from any of the teams? No, that's swell. Departmental update, Dory?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One thing is, like, we had an event on Sunday, it was the Friendsgiving. But unfortunately, they had come, presenting they were gonna have about 70 people, when in actuality, they came with at least 150.
That's a
Yeah,
difference.
there was a difference. And they didn't have it catered, because as you know, if you have 75 people or more, you have to have it catered. But they didn't want it catered. They were bringing in their own turkeys, and they set up all their own food, and they said there was gonna be about 70 people. So that didn't happen. There was more like 150 people. And there were kids everywhere, and Roger was here, and Jen was here, and it was pretty much a nightmare.
I was there.
And you were there for the brownies, right? And they broke the line and the curtains down, just broke it, and then it was just.
There's a sign in the men's room torn off the wall. The boathouse, they pulled off some trim boards down there, get on the roof and cause more damage on the roof.
No one was watching the kids.
I caught them damaging the boathouse. I was going home, walking along, I heard the banging noise. When I went down to check it out, there had originally been a piece of wood, like on the support there.
The front trim board.
And it had been originally hanging down on parts, it felt like it was gonna come down anyways. But those kids had just like ripped it off and they were banging one of the doors of the boathouse with it. And then when I got down to them, they tossed it into the water. And then they took off.
So they have a security deposit with us for $200. So I would recommend if you would want to take a vote to withhold, not return that security deposit.
I'll entertain that motion.
Second.
Second, okay, all those in favor, Frank's aye, Melissa?
Melissa, aye.
Everybody's not unanimous, great.
Great.
I have photos to support it if you need them.
Yeah. Yep.
Did the Board of Health say anything about that? Was Gil down here?
No, not at all. So they don't, they're, to my knowledge, they're not aware.
Never saw them.
No, I never saw it.
What's the remediation when somebody does come over here and do something like that? Like, I don't know, what would we do?
I know. See, what would be, our only mechanism, it would be to call the health agent and say, come down and shut them down. And nobody wants to do that, you know? So it's really, we're kind of like hamstrung. Like they say they're having 70 people
Yeah.
when they knew they were having 150. I'm quite
Well, I
sure.
mean, so that,
Who were they?
Friendsgiving, I believe they were from Hanson.
They're residents.
I-
Oh, just residents?
Just a bunch of friends,
Oh,
residents.
okay.
Not
Instead of
a
having
group.
it at their home this year, they
No,
chose
they had it
it
here.
here.
Okay. So they go on the radar for, that's the last time we'll see them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, we
Yeah,
can make that
absolutely.
motion as well, just
Yeah.
to do that.
Well, and I think
then-
too that, Roger, I think you had mentioned that the lead woman, the contact, said that, oh, I didn't know the kids were included in
Yeah,
that
she
count.
tried to say it, we said that when the kids weren't eating, they didn't count. It was just gonna be,
yeah, like they didn't eat.
it was just gonna be the
Yeah, no, so
adults.
none of those kids touch a single morsel of
No,
food?
they didn't eat at all.
Oh, no, I'm sure,
No.
I think
yeah.
they put chocolate cups all through this bar.
Oh, there had to have been
Yeah.
like 30
So
or
there
40
was, like,
kids.
at
Oh,
least
easy.
It was-
70+ kids then to these people?
It was crazy. I couldn't, I was like, oh my God.
Is that what you and your troop were sitting on the floor in there, were you like trying to hide from them?
Yes,
It was like a tornado shelter.
it kind of
Yeah.
was. Well, they were banging, they were trying to open this door. They were,
Yeah.
and I was like having my meeting with like second and third graders. The kids were banging, rattling the door, trying to get in. I'm like, guys, come on.
Sounds like a weekend.
Okay.
Frank, were you at the party?
He was in the bathroom.
I have a small feeling.
Yeah, I was, I was the lady who called. I was talking to Roger on the phone to set it up. No, yeah, I was not. Yeah,
That's in the tea room?
that's what it was.
I didn't want to talk about that.
Yeah, the tea room. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds like a lovely place.
It's all squished into the floor, it's gotta be cleaned up.
That's swell. So we won't name that person here, but I'll entertain a motion to not have that person here anymore. So anybody wants to second that motion?
Second.
Second. Okay, all those in favor? Aye, and that was unanimous. So swell. Yeah, so you can kindly let them know that the security deposit's not coming back either.
Right,
And they
perfect,
can't
thank
come
you.
back. Thank you. And just a note, because if they are a Hanson resident and they post about this on Facebook, just one
Do not
person,
respond.
one person will respond, but not respond in a different way. So we'll figure it out when it gets there, because it will go on Facebook, but we don't want to, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out when we get there, I guess. So, okay. Anything else on the departmental update?
The other thing is on Saturday, we had the Hanson Strategic Planning Retreat here, and that was well attended, and I think it was a very successful day, and Roger and Jen did a fantastic job cleaning, and it just looked so beautiful. I was really so proud. I mean, the fire was on, and the beautiful sign, and everybody was here, and really, it was actually really good day. Everybody had their own teams, came up with lots of ideas, and this will all be put together. The person who did the retreat will take it back, present everything to Lisa, and the Board of Selectmen will address everything, like in a January meeting. So it's not like it was one day and that's it. It's going to continue on, and everybody had fantastic ideas. It was, department heads and residents, and it was a good collection of lots of different people, and everybody had great ideas. So it was a great day.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
And I think pretty much that, just to mention, we'll be moving ahead on the chalet roofs with Eagle Build and Remodel. We'll be moving ahead with that because that was the money from the insurance funds, paying for the chalets. So that's going to be moving ahead. And that's about it.
Do you have quotes for those?
Yeah, we got quotes. I did solicited for 3 quotes and got one.
When are you supposed to start on that? Because we need to approve those quotes here.
He,
We need, the committee needs to approve those.
yeah, you can, absolutely. You can approve them. They're right here, actually. $8,970 with the chalets 1 and 2. So we only had one. We only have to get one. We asked for 3.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll take a motion on that once everybody gets a chance to see it, but
Where's this money coming from?
this
Insurance.
is.
Oh,
Insurance money.
Yep.
October 21 loss.
Yeah.
Of last year, right? Last year's October 21 loss?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, okay, yeah. It's like there was another one.
Roger, you've used these?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
did
They
this.
stripped the
That's-
roof,
yeah.
and we should do it all.
Oh, that's right,
Take the
that's
grease away.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
the ones who did the.
Yeah.
They're the ones that had the green shingles.
The only,
Oh,
the
right,
only
right,
company in
right.
America that had green shingles, apparently.
Yeah.
Those 2 buildings were not re-shingled when everything else was shingled.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Does anybody have any questions or discussion about that? Okay, so I'll entertain a motion to approve the Eagle Build and Remodel quote to redo the chalet roofs.
Second.
A second, okay. All those in favor, Frank's and I, Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
Awesome, thanks.
Great, so we'll call him and tell him he can get started.
Great,
Great.
awesome.
Dory, just before we, I know that, you know, we had a couple of the caretakers leave the last month. Are we okay with scheduling
Yes.
and
Renee
coverage and
I
everything's
scheduled.
okay?
Yeah, everything's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we have full coverage for everything?
Full
Okay.
coverage, yeah.
Okay.
We're all set there.
Okay.
Thank you. And
Volunteering?
that's all I have.
I'm probably in the first line to be called if someone, been done before.
Okay, caretaker report. You guys have anything? Okay. You guys have anything that you want to report? No?
He hasn't been here, so no.
No? How's the other job going? Is it going good? Good.
He's been on sick.
He's been sick.
Oh, you've been sick? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Jim, we can't have you be sick.
Yeah. Okay, Roger, you can go ahead if you want.
All right, work on the insurance losses, as Dory pointed out, is on, continuing on. I've purchased a lot of lumber for winter work for the insurance losses that I can do. And if he comes back and gives me a hand, he can do it as well. We've got a lot of lumber that we bought for the CPC to do the blinds in the north end, get rid of the vinyl and build all new wooden ones. So we've got a lot of projects there that are available to be done. Today the water department showed up and shut off the water at the bridle and the south end. So those will be all winterized tomorrow, if not Wednesday.
Okay.
The other two were shut down, the lines were blown out. Final winterization will be all done once on all four. Now, we were discussing today, Dory, myself, and Renee, we'd like to, next year, put a cutoff on or about October 31st, not extend it beyond.
What do you mean by a cutoff? Like a winterized cutoff, like the bridle and camping and stuff?
We wanted to winterize then and not wait for the scouts. God forbid something was to happen and we get a cold snap early, would be a big trouble.
I mean, I guess that really all depends on if we have weddings up until that date. Like if we had, so like for some reason, if somebody wanted to camp out there, I mean, there was a 75-degree day like a week ago, wasn't there?
Well, we've got extraordinary weather, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But we kind of want to plan on the 31st as a cutoff with our plans, but we can always change it at that point in time, but we want to be able to put it in a plan, and we're going to do it now, at that time. I went over to the bridal today after he shut it off, and inside the toilet, inside the bathroom sink was all ice.
Okay.
So we're
Pushing
running
it,
short on time.
pushing it,
Okay.
yeah.
I mean, I don't really see an issue with that as long as, because obviously we can't shut it off if we have a wedding, November 10th or something like that, right? I mean, we have to keep it open, but I guess we can just use the discretion on
We're going
that.
to use discretion there. The scouts have told me that if we shut the water off before they have their Thanksgivings, just let them know ahead of time that they'll bring in their own portable, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we should shut it off now if we need to shut it off now. Like we should. Wednesday of Thanksgiving.
They already had it.
Oh, they already had. Oh,
They
okay.
already had
Okay.
it, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
there's two of them last weekend.
Okay. Okay.
And something that's actually not on there that I'd like you to think about is there's 2 trees up at the McQuan School. I think they have been transplanted to here.
2 trees.
2 trees from the outside of the building that get destroyed when they take the building down.
Okay. Are those the ones on like the little parking strip that's there?
One is out front, near the parking lot up there, and that one is a burning bush.
Yeah.
And the other one, if you're facing that door, front driveway, on the right side, it's a pear tree.
Not
It's
edible.
not fruit, but the other kind of pear tree. Beautiful trees. I got a quote so far from Ed, not in writing yet, but he quoted me on Friday, he'll do it for $250.
$250.
$250 to transplant those trees. Now, he cannot give a guarantee that they will survive, but this time of year when you transplant, there's very good survival rate.
Okay. Where are you gonna put them? Where would you put them?
I want to put one over beyond where Dory parks,
Okay.
and that'll be the pear tree, and the burning bush. Burning bush would go on the line that I'm putting out by the parking lot here.
Okay. Isn't there a septic tank over there? Or some kind of septic tank or
Now,
some
the
kind
septic's not there. There is a cover over there by the bridle, but but that's not the septic.
But
Septic
there's-
is in the driveway.
Okay, so there's not anything that goes over that way. I'm pretty sure there was something that went over there. I don't know if it was gas or if it was something.
No. No underground utilities.
Okay. Okay.
We'd have to do dig safe anyway, right?
Yeah, we'd have to
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
So,
we've had them up here twice and they've done no markings at all over there.
okay. I mean, yeah, I have no problem with that. I mean, trees are trees. I mean, you can always use more trees. We're a camp of trees, so. I mean, I don't. Does anybody have any issue with that or a discussion about that?
Is that just something that you're just interested in doing, or is it?
I'm just interested in
Been
doing.
okayed by the town or whatnot for the removal of them?
That's a good point.
Yeah, we haven't.
We haven't gone deep into the town, but one representative
Yeah.
from the town says he doesn't see where there would be a problem at all.
You need to,
Yeah,
you need
I
to talk
would
to
make sure,
I
yeah.
think it'd be a great idea. I remember being 7 years old, looking out that cafeteria window at that tree, and that would be cool to see it over here and
Yeah.
not destroyed.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it will get
Which
destroyed
tree
if it's
you talking
over there.
about?
The one that's in front of the cafeteria window, is that what you're
Oh,
talking
that's the
about?
burning bush, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would check it with the town administrator.
Yeah, you don't need to check with the school system because they don't own that building anymore. So you just talk to Lisa, and
Right.
she might put a request in for the board of selectmen just to take it over there.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't see
But I just want to run by you guys first.
Yeah, I don't see an issue with that. Anybody have
Can you
a?
guarantee it'll smell like paste and Play-Doh and stuff too?
Yeah. Check all of our memories and video graphs.
Yeah,
I'm sure we buy some spray. You know,
All right,
spray
all right.
for
Yeah.
everything.
Then I
Get
think
that-
it's a great idea.
get that dollar jug of paint that every kid has in their school
Elmer's
class. Yeah.
glue,
Oh my
yeah.
god. Oh my god.
Well, I toured that building. We received, I think it was 10 fire extinguishers because our insurance company says any of our cabins that have electricity in them need to have a fire extinguisher. So we got them for free for nothing.
Nice.
I got another tray for out in the kitchen with wheels on it that the caterers love. So now we have 2 of those. I got a few more brooms.
Sure, let me know that you're going there scavenging.
I know, right? There must be all kinds.
All
It
those.
was offered to me, so I went over. I do have one more item I'm looking into, and that's a stainless steel corner sink, which we won't put plumbing into it, but it's got counter and everything in it. I'm checking to see if the size of it will fit in the far corner where we have the 2 wooden tables.
Okay. Cool. Okay. I'll entertain a motion for Roger to use $250 to transplant the trees from Aquan upon approval from the Board of Selectmen or the town administrator. Second. Okay. All those in favor? Frank's and I. Melissa.
Aye.
Sheila.
Aye.
Caroline. Awesome.
Thank you.
Godspeed. Anything else?
No, I'm good now.
Okay. Cool. Next meeting. I have a capital improvement committee, I believe on the 12th, which is a Monday, but we can meet really any day.
Fifth? Or is that 2?
That's like 2 weeks.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's,
no.
yeah, that's two. It's kind of
12th,
two.
you said?
I have something on the 12th. It's 12th is Monday, right? I think it's Monday.
12th is a Monday.
Yeah, 12th is Monday. So
Oh, I think, oh no, that's not.
I'm good with that.
what's the week after the 12th? 19th?
19th, it's the week of Christmas. Well,
Well, week before Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a problem with that? 19th? No.
No.
19th.
I'm off that week anyway, so.
Nope, I think I'm here.
Okay, so we'll do the 19th, 12/19 at 6 o'clock. And then, so at that meeting, we'll be looking for the Cranberry Cove positions and kind of run down about how that we're gonna go.
Should we have Margaret here for that?
If you'd
Should
like
we
to.
invite Margaret, maybe, too?
Yeah, if you'd like to invite Margaret, that's fine. We'll be looking for approval, hopefully for the AMC TV show. And then I think that's it, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, cool. Awesome. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, Frank's and I. Melissa,
Aye.
Sheila,
Aye.
Caroline. Awesome. Thanks, guys.